Hello and welcome to the 15th season finale of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss and debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Let's meet the panel.
Hi, I'm Cyndi.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Josh. And today we are going to be going over the third volume of Sandman, which is known as The Dream Country, which is written by Neil Gaiman. This is in particular a collection of 4 short stories that are connected by the theme of dreams and the influence of the Sandman and other beings.
Also, Morpheus, the Sandman, takes a bit more of a minor role here instead of being the central character.
That's something that especially sticks out. These are short stories that are only connected by these major characters within the piece and the influence that they have on their dreams. What do you make of Gaiman's approach to releasing comics of this nature?
I kind of liked it. It was a little different than what the other ones were, you know, and I hope that, and I think the other, I don't know, I haven't read the other volumes, hopefully they get back more on that story and continue onward. But I kind of thought, like, that things that this gave us different perspectives in, like, the world of, like, different dreams. Like, for instance, my favorite one is the cat one, where things we actually get to, because I've always wondered, what do animals dream of, if they dream at all? And this one, it was kind of interesting to see an animal's perspective on dreams.
It was quirky. Kind of reminded me of that Fairly Odd Parents Sabbath Catastrophe when the apes took over the world.
Oh yeah, because was it like the cats rule over humans?
Yeah, the cat. They were imagining a society where cats ruled over humans. Something happened, and that's why it reversed.
Yeah,
and it was very similar to they saw the world the same way that we see and feel that it is our world to rule. I would say my favorite one was the Calliope.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, that one was probably because of the story of the writer and where the writer gets their genius and how they basically sell their soul to the devil. Sandman steps in, finds what he's doing immoral, and really has it out on him. It's just physically grueling as well as the way that it sets itself up.
Yeah.
The one that they feel that they revere the most, though, is A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, that's like it. We focus on William Shakespeare in that one.
Yes, it's award winning.
Which is weird that his Midsummer Dream was actually, I guess, a Midsummer Dream.
I mean, I think that there was a lot of hype to it, but I think that a lot of these, in all honesty, to me, I prefer that story of being engaged in the major story of Sandman and others.
Oh yeah, no, I prefer that one more. It's just things I felt it was kind of interesting to see, like, a different approach. You know, honestly, with the collections of, like, comics, the thing is there are side stories, and the thing is, like, they put those in there. So the thing is, it was kind of cool to take a little break and just see, like, some of the other stuff that Sandman is involved in. He plays kind of like the background because he is dreams. Honestly, all these characters are kind of like just background of our world, and the thing is, you know, that makes him the focal point. But this time, he actually does play the background. And things I just thought it was kind of cool to get a little bit more view of the world and see how other dreams kind of work.
I think it's an interesting take, but I think that it really watered down Sandman. And
Yeah.
I mean, the other, she looked like Joan Jett. Is that Morpheus or
Morpheus can change.
in the fourth story, Facade?
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. I didn't really like that one too much. Facade.
I would say it was out of the 4. It was probably the weakest.
Yeah.
I should know who that character is. The one that looks like Joan Jett. She was the one that the one woman bargained with.
I might have to read it again because I read this one like a while ago, so I'm forgetting a few of these things. I just remember the 3, and the thing is, like, Facade I kind of forgot about.
When I was reading it, I had started reading book 1, book 2, so I was reading those. So I could get the feel of Morpheus and the character and the world from that point. And then when I was reading this, I mean, I was like, it was so different as a comic and darker. I mean, it felt very dark to me. So very different from the book, and I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I did like the story about Calliope being that she was one of the muses. I absolutely love the story about the dream of 1,000 cats.
Yeah.
Because who hasn't wondered about what dreams the animals have?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't care so much for A Midsummer Night's Dream, their version of it. I thought it was, well, I want to say it was hokey. it just didn't. I didn't care for that. I really.
A lot of people agree with you, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like the Midsummer Dream. I thought the album was okay. Facade was the one I really didn't like. Oh, wait. Was that the one about, like, Morpheus's, like, the mother of his son or something like that?
Maybe.
One of them focuses on the mother of his son.
She's the one that has the different faces, and she wants to die.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now I understand what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, it was out of the four. I felt that was the weakest. I think that the best was at the beginning. The worst was at the. I think it went from best to worst from beginning to end.
You know, some people might say the things it probably should be the opposite way around. You know, start with the worst and go with the best. But honestly, I kind of like that.
I think that would be if you started with the worst, you'd be less inclined to want to keep going.
Yeah.
You want all of your works to be heavy hitters.
Yeah.
You want all of them to be the best that they can possibly be. But
well, I mean, yeah, that's the goal, is to make them all great. But you know, you can't strike gold every time. Sometimes you gotta take silver or bronze with that.
You intermingle them together.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also in the eye of the reader.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, there's probably people who have different opinions about, like, which one of these four stories is their favorite, which one they feel is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, you know, Midsummer Dream was the worst. I think Facade was the worst. I thought Midsummer Dream was kind of in the middle a little bit.
A lot of people thought Midsummer Night's Dream was the best.
Really?
Yeah, it won. It won the World Fantasy Award for short fiction. It's the only graphic text to do so.
Really? I mean,
to be absolutely fair, though, I think I also don't favor A Midsummer Night's Dream as a work of Shakespeare.
It's not my favorite Shakespeare
yeah.
play either. To me, it was a 3.5 star, but definitely not top 5.
I think the artwork is still great. You know.
Yes,
I love the artwork of
it is very
of Sandman.
Yeah, the artwork is amazing.
That's because with a graphic novel, the one thing that pulls you in with a graphic novel from the get-go is the artwork. After that, the thing is you can decide whether the story is worth continuing on or not. You know, and the thing is, like, I feel like the artwork is really good. I kind of like the things that's consistent. This one's just a collection of short stories. It just shows you different versions of the world of Sandman, and not really Sandman himself. It's kind of good, and the thing is, like, it makes me want to read more of the series. This one might not be the best I've read so far, but it's not bad. Like, it's going to make me stop.
I think I would continue. I think I would keep going.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty then, how would we rate this? 0 to 5 stars, half stars permitted, Cyndi?
The artwork I would give a 5 to, because I thought that was brilliant. But the overall, I would give it a 4.
3.5, mainly because the thing is, I liked 2 of the stories the best, and one I thought was meh, and one I kind of feel is very forgettable.
I'm giving it a 2.5.
Really?
Yeah, because I thought that this was an interesting trek into going into just short works of everyday things that Morpheus the Sandman might be doing. That's what they touched upon in an episode of Cops, where the cop had to help these people sort out an agreement that they wrote on a piece of cardboard. And they thought, even though it sounds ridiculous, the police will often, a lot of what they do is things of that nature. It's not always catching bad guys and sorting out law and illegal things. As far as this is concerned, I think that the stories themselves really were not as strong. I think that it really took away from the dimension of characters like Sandman. I think that it was just a really interesting concept that missed the mark. If you are interested in making your way throughout the series, you probably will want to read this. It is very small, not too many pages. Here is my copy of Dream Country.
This is 30th anniversary edition. Where'd you get that?
I got this online.
Oh, wow.
It includes Calliope, A Dream of a Thousand Cats, Midsummer Night's Dream, and Facade.
Yeah, they mentioned how it's acclaimed.
Yeah, Midsummer Night's Dream is actually the 3rd, even though it's listed 4th. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our 15th season here on Literary Gladiators. This is our comeback, our reboot, and hopefully we can keep things going. I want to thank the 10 people that took part this season. Dan, Cyndi, Larry, Ari, Charlie, Tara, Nick, Jesse, and Reddy. I hope that you are able to see them next season, and hopefully several other readers that are eager and intrigued with taking part in our discussion.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of cool to redo discussions again. I kind of miss this.
and if you were here, I think you would have yourself a ball because we have a great time getting together, catching up, and then filming discussions about all kinds of.
We also have a lot of fun
books.
off camera that you don't really get to see.
Maybe we'll change that at some point, but
Behind the scenes episode.
Yeah.
it'd be a good patron perk.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I hope you join us for some more great content. And for now, and as always, we encourage you to keep reading.
Keep reading.